Hello, Lori Michelle, the Moshiach with commentary, counting 49 somber days. Powerful wisdom for everyone. This video is for everyone, not just for Jewish people. And just over 11 years ago, I would have had no idea what counting the Omer was. I get all my information from Hashem. Most of my information. It comes from discussions with Hashem, and occasionally he'll tell me to pick up the Chumash, read commentary from Rashi, or go online and source something if I can. And most of the time when we're discussing things like the counting of the Omer, I don't like the commentary that I read online from very wise rabbis. I read the commentary that you're putting out there, rabbis, and a lot of it's wrong. And how do I know it's wrong? I read it and I disagree with it, and then I check in with Hashem, the King of the universe, and I'll ask him, am I right? They're wrong. And he smiles and he says, I'm right. You're wrong. You're often correct, but you're missing puzzle pieces. So I'm going to fill in a few puzzle pieces today, and I hope you have the courage to listen to me and understand I don't make anything up. I'm going to hit 3 salient points, otherwise this video will go on too long. And I hope you'll watch all of this video and understand I couldn't have made any of this up because I don't have a Torah education like the rabbis. This comes from Hashem. I hope you'll know that one day. The first salient point, number 1, is why we count up to 49 days of the Omer from Pesach to Shavuos. The second point is, why is it a time of mourning? There's a lot of commentary online about why it's a time of mourning, and the reasons are not correct. The ones the rabbis speak about, he just corrected me. See, I don't make it up. He said some of them are correct, but you don't have the most central reason why the 49 days are a profound time of mourning. He just said I'm correct. See? 3, why are there 70 Christian apostles? What? What? Yeah, I'm not a Jew for Jesus. I'm the Moshiach, people. I'm not a shiksa. Look at this nose. Come on, people. I don't invent any of this. And yes, there's a big reason behind 70 Christian apostles. Even there, I tried to source what Hashem told me and I couldn't do it. Why? Because every Christian Bible is different online. I don't own one. I'm not allowed to. If I really wanted to own one, I could. He does not desire me to own a Christian Bible or read from it. And when I looked for this information online, if you're a Christian and you're someone who follows my videos, you know more than I do. I don't know any of this. On some message threads, it says 72 apostles, 70 apostles, 12. I don't know. I read your information that's online, Christians, and I become more confused. So I'm going to take a big risk today and just share what he says about why we count up, why it's a time of mourning, and why there are 70 Christian apostles, and what that has to do with the 49 days of counting the Omer. Are you ready? Have you clicked away already? I hope not. Number 1, we count up. It was very clear to me. I came up with this answer and he said, I'm correct, because the Torah is more. The Torah, Shavuos, the 10 Commandments, is just more. The big gift, the big prize, was Hashem, the King of the universe, rescuing his Jewish children from slavery. On Pesach, we don't even begin counting the counting of the Omer. It doesn't start till the second day. On the first day of Pesach, we're celebrating freedom. And then we begin the count of 49 days to receiving the commandments. Without the commandments, you cannot live a life of freedom without falling prey to evil. The Torah and the commandments, all the mitzvot, are a gift from Hashem. He gave us freedom, and then he gave us his playbook, his rule book. This is how you do it so that you can have a blessed life here in the physical world. It's more. The reason that you count up is because if you counted down, it's sort of like New Year's Eve when you go to Times Square. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we have it. Now we have the prize. And you are susceptible to idol worship. The Torah, we have the big prize now. It's all about the Torah. And he just said his words, no, it's not. The Torah is our path to God. It isn't God. But sadly, a lot of people around the world, he just said most, treat the Torah as though it's God. And it is not. And I know you know that, but what we choose is often different from what we know. Moving on to the second point, a profound time of mourning. A lot of the commentary online speaks of the plague of Rabbi Akiva's students, 24,000 students who were hit with a plague and were dying during that period of time. And there was a cessation of death on the 33rd day of counting the Omer. Some commentary says the 34th day. I don't know. You know better than me. But it's a profound time of mourning because of Rabbi Akiva's students being hit with this plague. Very, very serious, because it was after, this is the commentary online, it was after the destruction of the Second Temple, and the only thing that kept the Jewish people positive and strong was strong Torah education. Torah, Torah, Torah. So in comes the plague. It's all Hashem, and it was a strong message. So what was the message? Why was the Second Temple destroyed? And why was there a plague during the counting of the Omer? And why has there been so much tragedy that has befallen the Jewish people during these 49 days? You're not going to like the answer, but it's the truth. It was the crucifixion of Mashiach ben David, Yeshua ben Yosef. I'm not a Jew for Jesus. I don't believe in the name Jesus at all, but I do know Hashem, and Hashem insists that Mashiach ben David was Yeshua ben Yosef. And the rabbis bludgeoned him, and the Romans crucified him. And the destruction of the Second Temple, 70 years after the crucifixion, was a direct punishment of the Jewish children, starting the beginning of the diaspora, the exile. This is all from Hashem. I can't even begin to source it, and you're going to possibly click away and call me names, and you can do that to your peril. But this is his words and his explanation, and it makes perfect sense to me. The third salient point that I promised to make was drawing a connection to the 70 Christian apostles. And if you think I came up with this on my own, you're just not correct, because I wouldn't even know where to source this. If you look online, which is what I do to try to figure out things when Hashem says, look it up, the Christians are all over the place. I can't figure out if you have 72 or 70 apostles when I look online. I can't even understand the things that the Christians write online. It's very flowery and filled with prose. It's very hard for me to understand Christian theology. This comes from Hashem. I promise you, it's true. He says he chose, he, Hashem, King of the universe, chose 70 apostles, not 72, 70. And when I wrote my book with explanations and revelations from the King of the universe, Hashem, the Father and the King, and the father of the Jewish children, he said, they like numbers, Lori. Do you want to know how I came up with 70 Christian apostles? I said, okay. He said 11 of his students that were left after the crucifixion, minus Judas Iscariot, the one who sold Yeshua ben Yosef for a handful of silver, 11 students, plus 10 commandments, plus 49 days of the Omer. I wrote this book. It took me 3 years to write. And when he gave me those numbers, I looked at him and I said, really? He said, put it down. I said, I'm taking a big risk writing this. He said, write it anyway. It's true. So why? Why are the 49 days of the Omer included in the number that makes up the 70 Christian apostles, which mirror the 70 elders that Moshe Rabbeinu chose to help him? Actually, Hashem guided Moshe to pick those elders. Right. He's talking to me right now. You don't know that. The 49 days are symbolic of the treachery of the rabbis turning on Mashiach ben David, Yeshua ben Yosef. It's a profound time of mourning because now, in the end of days, the year 2020, nobody wants to hear this still. It's still cover my rabbi, and you've got to give it up, people. I don't use the book of Revelations to throw the Christian Bible at you. I don't even know what's in that Bible. I only speak to Hashem. And Hashem, the King of the universe, says that Yeshua ben Yosef was Mashiach, and you bludgeoned him, and the Romans crucified him, and all of the tragedies that happened during those 49 days of counting the Omer throughout history were direct retribution and punishment for that crime. So you don't have to believe me. Right now, very few people are following me. He said it's going to change, and I'm risking my life doing this. I'm just a mom from New Jersey who wants world peace. Do I really even care if any of this is true? Only from the standpoint that it educates you and it makes you wake up and sit up at attention that I don't invent any of this. This is very deep insight into Torah history, world history, the history of our world, and why we suffer. We suffer because we don't listen to him. We don't follow his rules. And we treat his rules as though they are God. The Torah is God. It's not God. And I know that you're insulted when I say such a thing. And if you're insulted, that's your bruised ego that needs to be taken down and down to your knees and pray and cry to Hashem for forgiveness, because that's what you're doing. By not listening to me, by not buying this book, you're ignoring His Moshiach, you're belittling me, And you're belittling Hashem's choice of Messiah. Do I care what you think of me? No, I don't care what you think of me. I care that you listen to me and learn what I need to share with you. It's all about you for me. For you, rabbis, it's all about you. And I agree. It's all about you. Wake up, please. The 49 days are a profound time of mourning because history repeats itself, and it's not going to stop until someone sits up at attention and says, not me, I'm ready to change. Please, Lori Michelle, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I know it's gonna hurt, but I know it's for my best. And that's why I'm here, for your best, to give you information you won't find anywhere else. It comes from him to me for you. It's all for you. God bless you. This explains a whole lot more. Please read it and let's come together because knowledge is power and the truth will set us all free and bring world peace. And that's what I'm in it for. World peace in our time. God bless you.